What do a dead scientist, the Pope, and 64 million mosquitoes have in common? A scientist vanishes without a trace and is found over 1 year later in a case that seems to just get stranger.
The Pope and some of the most powerful tech leaders in the world are clashing over the future of artificial intelligence.
And Google-backed scientists are releasing millions of mosquitoes into the United States.
And in the middle of the episode, Andrew's camera suddenly malfunctions. Who's behind it? The CIA? The occult? Your mother? Let's find out together.
And we dive into all of this on this week's episode of Ninjas Are Butterflies.
This podcast is brought to you powered by Sunday Cool. Watch this or listen.
Or listen.
Listen.
Or listen. You haven't gone poop yet?
Here's what happened.
Okay.
We woke up bright and early to an alarm. We didn't even get to sleep in. It's summer break.
Yeah.
How was that cord so wrapped around?
Josh has an appointment phone call, which traditionally necessitates us to get... This is broken.
What's broken?
Only
Am I
one
stepping on
ear
it?
hurts. Or only one
Ear hurts.
ear works.
Oh, those are the broken headphones?
Oh, it worked. He fixed it.
Oh.
He fixed it. Magic. This phone call necessitates us to leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to find a new solution.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go get breakfast.
Sure.
I'm like, I really want to go to First Watch because I can get a kale tonic. I can get
I don't know what that is.
eggs and bacon,
Okay.
something really nutritious and actually like well made. We pull into the parking lot, tears from Ada.
Yeah.
Please don't make me go here. I don't like their food.
It's old people food, yeah.
Well, she wants to go to Peach Valley, which is like their rickety cousin,
That's older people food.
the oldest people food.
Yeah.
We get a pancake or whatever, and I have not had a sip of coffee at this point.
Yeah.
And it's like 8:30 in the morning. Anyway, we do our thing, and we leave. I haven't pooped all day.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's 10 a.m.
I already gone 4 times.
Nice.
Jen is here!
Jen is here.
Hooray!
Andrew's brother!
Dang, so you're holding in a coffee poo?
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
I actually have to do that a
So
lot.
you did have coffee, though.
I did have coffee. I've had 2 cups of coffee. Not enough, though. There is something that's happening in my head where my brain is not working at all.
We were talking about this yesterday. I figured since we're on the subject of poop, we might as well dive into it.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you've ever had a massive dump at a bookstore. All hands are raised.
Yeah.
For the audio
I
listener.
think it's every time I go to a bookstore.
It's crazy,
It's
right?
an actual phenomenon.
It is a
happens to
phenomenon.
people.
I keep seeing it all the time where people are like, "What is it about books, Barnes and Nobles? Like it's like it's a Barnes and Noble, like the walls of the books, and then it's the hallway of the bathrooms, and it's like horror music underneath, and it's like everyone can relate. And it's like, how is that possible that everyone can relate to this? And apparently, there is a medical proven fact of like why this thing happens,
Oh my
and it's
gosh.
called Aoki Marioka. It's this-
Marioka.
It's
Hit the gong.
where you Aoki Marioka.
Why
There we
is
go.
that so hard?
I don't know.
It happens when you enter a monotonous or predictable environment. There's a chemical that's released that helps, like it says, decreased vagus nerve activity.
Oh, so
Interesting.
you're like ultra relaxed.
Yes,
It's like
and so
postmortem.
It dampens the brakes on the on your gastrocolic reflex, whatever that is. So basically, it's just a psychological thing to like that detects this feeling that you have when you walk in, especially bookstores. So something about books.
Yeah.
Like the
Help us feel
smell of
relaxed.
them. Yeah.
But there's also TJ Maxx is one of the other places, which I'm like, I don't know.
That is the
I don't
highest
often-
stress.
I don't feel that way when I go to TJ Maxx.
Not at all.
What's funny is I was on the phone with my mom and I said maybe 10 times, I'm like, I have to poop.
Sure.
And then I walked in here and it was like,
Interesting.
Gone.
I'm stressed.
It's the opposite of a Barnes & Noble.
Yeah. So honestly, if you have people poop at your house, that's probably the biggest compliment, right?
Wow. I'm going to tell my Uncle Johnny that because my Uncle Jeff would go to his house to go poop.
Whoa.
Dude,
Okay.
we have a new bathroom
Wow.
here.
I bet he loves I'm talking about that on this.
Probably. we have a new bathroom. We acquired that other building,
Uh-huh.
and that was the most relaxed dump I've ever taken at Sunday Cool in my life.
Wow.
I'm talking like full, not just my colon, but like my small intestine, large intestine, everything.
You're cleared.
I'm in the best place in my life because I think I'm alone in this back bathroom. I walk out of the bathroom and Kylie and her new assistant are in the kitchen. The bathroom's attached to. What makes it worse is they had not announced themselves in any way, which means they walked into the space quietly, knowing the door shut and some dude's doing work in there.
That's so funny.
I walk out. They don't look at me. They don't say what's up.
Oh,
I'm just like,
no.
all right, I'm walking. I have to walk past them, go all the way back to the building.
So this building over here.
Like the furthest one away.
So I mean, like that might have happened to you because you walked basically a mile to use the toilet.
It was I don't regret it.
Yeah, no.
It was the greatest.
I almost walked in on a kid pooping teenager pooping yesterday. It was at the mini golf place in Mineola. We went for youth group, and I literally opened the door thinking it was like a shared bathroom thing. No, because as soon as I opened the door, he goes, I thought I locked it. I'm like, what a funny thing to scream.
I feel like in that situation, like usually you say something you don't want, like you
Yeah.
panic. Like that's actually pretty smooth.
Yeah.
To be able to like pinpoint what the problem was and say it.
I just go, hey, oh.
I know. I say occupied, which I never even use in like my real language.
You got to steal every time, and I love it because every time I do it, I say my line, I hear a chuckle behind the other door, which is like if you can get a laugh every single time. Whenever someone knocks or tries to get in, I say, come in. Like that's instant. They're like, okay. Lets them know it's occupied, but also gives them a little laugh.
The one time someone does, you're going to be so scared.
Yeah, I'll welcome it. You know, I asked for it. Coming in.
That's interesting with the Vegas nerve thing because I always have the urge to poop like when I'm like 5 minutes away from the house.
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, yeah. I
Your
can go
body
poop.
knows.
Yeah.
That's true. Coming back from a road trip,
Yeah.
like I can do a 10-hour trip locked up, but as soon as I like hit Mount Dora, I'm like, oh no. Yeah.
Man, I love poop.
Because I don't want to poop when I'm camping.
No.
Like I can go like 72 hours without a poop when I'm camping. And it's just, but I'm not like telling myself don't poop. Like it's just like my body's like, you can't do this here.
No.
You'll die.
You will die.
Do
I
you
did
guys
take
have-
them.
Do you?
Do you guys have like a poop schedule? Like,
Not really, dude. I'm
is it-
kind of
is it random?
scattered.
No.
Definitely first thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning, always.
Yeah.
Josh is basically all day.
Yeah.
If he eats a meal, he's pooping after.
Well, I'm coffee induced, and I drink coffee same time every day.
Yeah.
So it's like definitely morning.
Yeah. I quit doing like coffee as soon as I woke up, and I feel like that's kind of threw my schedule off a little bit. Also, if this is your very first podcast, this is it. This is basically what we do for an hour and a half. So, welcome.
Welcome, everyone.
This has been good. We haven't filmed in like 2 weeks.
I know.
This is great.
Yeah.
We got a lot to dive into.
Yeah.
We got conspiracies. We got governments dropping bioweapons.
Yeah.
We've got explosions.
We got the Pope battling Peter Thiel.
AI.
Yes.
AI versus the Catholic Church. Are you kidding me? We've been waiting for this.
Yeah. It's going.
It's happening, baby.
So me and Lil, we were in D.C., and then we went to the beach after.
Yes.
D.C. was pretty cool. Lily left her phone on the plane.
Relax.
Immediately as soon as you start vacation.
Let me say how it went. Because and I never offered you this context because I just wanted to talk about it as little as possible when it happened. But when we flew in, we left early, right? We do the early flights, which I recommend. I thought it was great. But we get on there, and it's pretty packed. At least a lot of people have, like, luggage, and so our carry-ons are kind of scattered throughout the plane. And it was, like, just very high pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And my phone is in the front pocket. I get the girls ready, whatever. We leave the plane. Apparently, the whole time they're going over the intercom and they're saying, someone left their phone, someone left their phone. But it didn't register with me because I was like, certainly I have it. Anyway, we get to the car rental place, which is a shuttle away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing there, and one of those moments. I say, hey, Josh, can I borrow your phone? And I'm looking, and I see my location is literally on the airplane. I was like, And I'm like, how long can I get away with saying anything? And I realized there's no way we're going back to the airport to get my phone.
Yeah.
Like, we have my parents with me, my brother. It's like
You would have to
whole
go through
group.
security.
It's not happening.
It's not possible.
It's not happening. I would rather my phone go to Alaska
Yeah.
than go back there.
Sure.
And so I was standing in the line, and I'm like, Josh, my phone's on the airplane.
Is that how you said it?
Yeah. And he was
You
like,
should have prepared him a little bit more. You should have been like, what I'm about to tell you it's
can't-
not going to be great to hear.
If I said that, I think his cortisol would have gone through I just had to be factual. Anywho, he's like, what?
No. I kept my cool. I'm like,
Don't freak out. Don't be the dad on vacation that gets mad.
I said, okay, that sucks. That's what I said. But inside, I'm like,
yeah.
My eyes went, just like, I am going to lose it.
And I was like, you see my energy? Match my energy.
Yep.
I'm not worried about it. I'm so unworried about it. It's okay. And I truly was unworried about it.
Yeah.
And I know if I tell my dad, that's where it's going to really get escalated because my dad's just going to roast me and like he's going to get high cortisol, even though it affects him none, by the way.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Anyway, I'm calling all the places. They don't answer. They like make me leave a voicemail or whatever. Finally, I get a hold of somebody later that evening. And they're like, we'll hold on to your phone here until you come back on Friday. And I'm like, this is great. It's a forced detox.
Yep.
I didn't miss it for a second, you guys.
That's great. That's good. That's
Until
awesome.
we had to check it for the flights the night before.
Ooh, what do you mean?
I booked everything on my
She
phone.
booked everything.
Oh, so
And
you
I'm
had to
like,
log it on your phone.
Easy.
Yeah.
Let's just go on your email. I brought my computer. She forgot her password.
Oh no.
Lily.
No big deal. It's the
No, it's my password. I saved it in my notes on my phone.
And then it was her work email. So I'm texting Tyler like 7:00 at night, trying to get him to reset the
He's
password.
literally at the garlic on a date with his wife.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And
Terrible.
so it took like an hour.
Yeah.
Because it's like
That's no.
I have to go in the back end to GoDaddy and stuff like that. Finally gets it reset. Cool. It says to confirm this email, go to your other email, your Gmail account. She forgot her Gmail account password.
Lily.
And I'm losing it. What are we gonna do?
Oh my god.
The best part of this is she's still telling the story like it's awesome.
I mean, you could have checked in at the airport.
Well, that's what I said. I'm like, people do this every day. You know, people still
do it.
go to the airport and print out boarding passes.
Oh, that's incredible.
We had a
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I live
no.
with anxiety. I can't do that.
last week. We just couldn't. They wouldn't allow us to check in. They're like, so one of your people aren't eligible to check in online. I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, whatever. So all we had to do was just go in and check in instantly.
I
what
wish
I'm
I
saying.
could be that human. Like when we did I think it was us when we went to the soccer game, saw Man City and all that. I think I booked a parking ticket as well, just because I didn't want to get to a venue and not know everything was sorted.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Well, speaking of booking tickets,
You guys made it back.
do you guys want a song?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jim, would you like one?
I'd love a song.
Okay.
that was me. I hit my.
Have we said that Chin is Andrew's brother yet?
I mentioned it at the
Oh,
beginning.
okay.
Yeah. I think they get it. They can kind of see it.
Andrew Danoon.
Ah.
See the resemblance?
Yeah, you can definitely see it.
Could you imagine that was my brother the whole time? They were like assuming.
Chin, is there like a genre you want us to?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with pop.
Ooh.
Just pop, you
Like
know,
that.
like
Just
some
generic pop. Any era?
Sabrina Carpenter,
Okay.
Taylor Swift,
No.
you know,
Tomato.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Chapel Roan.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, we can do something like that.
Make this song hot to go.
Yeah.
It's time to sing our little hearts out. So excited, makes me want to shout. Look at the time, it's time to start the show now. And for our guest, you know we got about. Chin is his name, he's Andrew's brother. Looks the same, they got the same mother. To not honor him, it would be so wrong. So let's hit the chorus and let's hit the gong. You know we got two Filipinos, so lucky like I'm at the casinos. They're bros, but they're my amigos. You know we got two Filipinos. You know we got two Filipinos. Sharp like a couple tuxedos, so fly you can call them mosquitoes. You know we got two Filipinos. Filipino, Filipino, Filipino. The Filipinos.
Two Filipinos.
I messed up that last
That's
one.
all right.
I loved it. Hooray!
That was good.
I've-
That was really good.
I've never been in the same room with two Filipinos.
Also didn't realize how many things rhymed with Filipino until I started writing that song.
Casino.
A casino, tuxedo, burrito, a jalapeno.
Amigo.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot.
Really,
We didn't even use it.
You guys are lucky.
I know.
We could have done another chorus.
What can you rhyme with white?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing. Literally not one thing.
I'm
It's that and
drawing
purple.
blanks.
There's no rhymes.
White. Bite? Ew.
No.
That's not fun.
No.
Blight.
Ew.
In
Stop.
spite.
Dang. You guys are lucky.
It's
Right.
that easy.
Unfortunately, we have to just get into it, guys.
What's up?
Chin, I don't know if you know this, but every podcast, every episode, we have to just answer these really hard questions. And since you're family, I'm not going to put this question on you. All right? I think Lily is more than capable of answering this question.
I'm not miss this at all.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we live in this world, just as, cultures and people and things and all this stuff.
So many layers.
And it's so cool to have you on here. And with your brother Andrew, you guys are Filipino. It's so cool. Just your culture is just amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this, Lily, today's question sent in by a viewer. Do they really all look the same?
Oh no.
Is that your answer?
Everybody stop looking at me, please.
Look at us. Look at them.
No, I can't.
Look at them.
I'm not looking.
Look at us.
I can't.
Why can't you look at them?
Because I'm shy.
Today's question is sent in by a viewer. Do they really all look the same?
No. They're very distinct, each and every one of them.
What are you doing with your eyes?
What are you talking about? I'm covering them. Stop it. That's not a stereotype.
What?
What are you saying?
What are you saying?
Oh no. Get me out of
Stereotype about. Wait. Whoa. Are you?
Back up.
Get me out of this
Hold
situation.
on.
Hold on. What do you mean they don't all look the same in the eyes of God? God's children.
God's perspective.
That was missing context.
It was not.
It was all implied.
Obviously, I was like Andrew, Chen, followers of Christ.
Yeah.
To God, they're His children. He doesn't distinguich between the two of
That's
them.
true.
They're all
Agree
the
with
same.
They're all the same.
And you're saying no.
Jesus. You remember what we used to sing? Children. Don't you sing it? All the children of the.
No, I'm just saying no.
You're saying no again. You're rejecting what the song's about.
Can you still sing that song politically?
Of what?
Oh my gosh. No, listen to what I mean though. Because of the stop it.
Remember, she's saying it differently.
I'm just gonna stop talking.
Oh, she doesn't know how it's supposed to
She's
go.
saying it differently.
Which one of the colors is offensive?
I think that they are just no. I think that it's
Do you need a shovel for the hole that you're digging?
yeah. Get me out of this situation now.
She would sing, I remember, because we went to school together.
And this is why she doesn't want to sing it now.
Yeah, and in chapel, she would always sing, Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. And Lily would sing, red and yellow, especially white.
Oh,
No, I never
They are
said
precious
that.
in His sight.
I've never said that in my life.
Lily.
Lily,
I've never
don't
said
lie.
Lily.
that. I would never say that. I don't feel that way.
Then don't quit smiling.
Yeah, why are you smiling?
Everybody's looking at me. It's a lot of pressure.
Well, I guess you guys heard it here first.
It's pathetic, dude.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Chen.
I'm sorry, guys.
I see you guys as the same.
Honestly, I'm sorry too.
I see all of us the same.
Too late.
Created in the image of God.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, golly. Welcome to the show, I guess.
Did I say ninja? I meant butterfly. The butterfly is no doubt one of God's most beautiful creations. Does it empty your mind? You learn martial arts! Ninjas attack!
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Summer is funny because everyone talks about it like it's automatically relaxing.
Meanwhile, half of us are busier than ever.
Exactly. Travel, family stuff, camps, vacations, schedules all over the place. Some people are thriving. Some people are just trying to survive until September.
Yeah, which one are you?
Honestly, depends on the week. I love summer, But if I'm not careful, I fill every weekend and end up needing a vacation from my vacation.
Yeah, I've been there. That's real.
And that's why taking care of yourself matters. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is not add another thing onto your calendar.
Or learn how to say no.
Exactly, Andrew. Therapy can help with that. It can help you understand what you need, set better boundaries, and build a version of summer that actually feels good instead of overwhelming.
BetterHelp makes that easier.
They connect you with a licensed therapist in the U.S. and match you based on a short questionnaire. And if it isn't the right fit, you can switch anytime.
They've helped a lot of people.
That is right, Andrew. More than 6 million people globally. They have over 30,000 therapists and an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 from more than 1.7 million client reviews.
So whether you're thriving this summer or just hanging on,
You don't have to figure everything out by yourself.
you don't have to say yes to everything this summer. Find support in therapy.
Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/ninjas.
That's better, HELP.com/ninjas.
Thanks, BetterHelp.
You guys are feeding that. Did you see that one comment that was like, Lily is the most racist of them all. Behind Andrew, though, is what they said.
Behind it.
Hey, good for us.
Yeah.
So they wanted to say Andrew was racist, but somehow Lily's just much worse. Like,
I know. Why couldn't they just say Andrew was racist?
Oh, my goodness. Let's just get into it, folks.
Let's dive in.
There's a lot of crazy stuff happening these past couple weeks.
So much.
A lot of stuff. You guys heard about that plane that had to turn around?
No.
They're going from New Jersey to Spain, I believe. Halfway through the flight, they're like, someone's Bluetooth popped up. And the flight attendant's like, can everyone turn off their Bluetooth?
Mm-hmm.
And this person refused to turn off their Bluetooth. Their Bluetooth name was Bomb.
Oh, gosh.
Very good.
And so
Very good.
they literally turned the plane around over the ocean to go back to New Jersey to arrest this dude.
Is he arrested?
Yeah, he got arrested. I mean, at the airport. I don't know if,
Were they like halfway there?
literally halfway there.
Well, then why bomb that city that and then return to it? And then, what's the decision there?
I don't know.
Because if there is a bomb, then it's going to go off in one of those two cities. You're already halfway there. Go the other half.
Why would you
does
name
a-
it Bunk?
If it's Bluetooth, then they'd be trying to trigger it, and the plan would be to go somewhere and do it if it hadn't yet gone off.
I think
Or
it's more just arresting the
The
person.
federal agents and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, so it was like
U.S.
yeah.
jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Just toss them out of the
Cleaner.
plane.
Yeah.
But that makes me so nervous with the text that you sent
Well,
me.
that's what I was gonna say. I don't.
forgot what I
dude.
sent you.
Dude, you didn't, while he's looking that up, you didn't know this. One of my groomsmen lives in D.C., and I was the whole time, I never did it, but I was like, what if I hit him up? Because I have your location. So I could literally get him to black suit it up and then just start messing with you.
So funny. He would have freaked out, by the way.
Yeah.
I would have been so mad at you, Andrew.
Clay.
And that's, I mean, this guy, you wouldn't actually name it Bomb, right? And so it's like,
It was
all I
supposed
can
to be
think
a
about,
joke.
I can think about you guys. That's what I think about. Is
Yeah.
that you guys do dumb stuff like that.
Yeah, Andy flays flights crashing on his phone while he's sitting on his in
When
his
I was
seat.
when I was right next to Josh one time, we were flying back.
I'm like, turn it off, dude.
It was just a montage of airplane crashes.
We were in Billings, Montana, and you guys were sending each other, sending text messages that are like, do you have the gun? Do you have a bomb? And I was like, can you guys cut it out?
Oh, geez, where I can't.
You guys are nuts. When we did the Jewish boys choir, you started airdropping photos of Jesus.
That was the best.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You were you were texting me hey, don't go through with it. Please don't go through with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, please stop. I have
Oh
to go
no!
this
Yeah,
way."
I texted you back. You were bullying me for something, and I said, "I hope you get arrested in D.C." And I said, "I found your manifesto, by the way." And he says, "Take it back." And I said, "Please don't go through with the plan." And I said, "If I don't make this flight, I'm going to burn your trailer down." And I said, "I know you're angry, but it won't bring anyone back. It's only going to cause more hurt."
I had to get on that flight. Not in the mood to joke.
So funny.
Oh man, you know how it go.
And you conveniently had left one of your devices at the airport.
Oh, the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's
Bluetooth
true.
doesn't connect when you're outside the airport. You look a certain distance away, you got to keep it on the plane. Smart, Lil.
Yeah.
That's scary, though. I mean, I can't imagine being on a flight where something was going down.
Yeah.
Like, that's terrifying.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I think about it every time I'm on a flight.
Well, who was the celebrity that said, like, if I was on 9/11 planes, I would have, taken out the terrorists. I would have, like, there was some celebrity.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but that was just like, okay, dude, relax.
You know what was weird? Was, obviously I've never been to D.C., but I had no idea that the Pentagon was like it's like in D.C. Like we're in the Arlington,
is?
huh?
The Pentagon is?
The Pentagon.
Okay.
It's
Like,
massive.
It's huge.
Yeah, huge.
And it's like, there's like you can literally stand on a hill and see the Pentagon and the Lincoln Memorial.
Really? I didn't know it was, like, that close.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, how did that thing get hit in 9/11?
Mm-hmm.
Like that Boeing 757 just went over the whole city and
With no surveillance of it actually hitting the
no
building.
surveillance.
It would have been like literally impossible, you guys know.
It's very weird.
What you're saying, if it was just an act of terror, why not hit the White House instead of some random
I mean, you
side
could've-
of the
Yeah.
Pentagon?
Yeah.
Well, because they said that one plane was going to go for the White House, but I'm like, they're right next to each other.
Yeah.
It's like, it would have got shot down. It's like, then why
Dude,
wasn't the one the Pentagon?
You want to talk about powerful PR, though? A phone call where the dude says, "Let's roll," and then the phone goes dead. And then that became George W.'s, like, punchline, "America, let's roll." Like, had a martyr.
Dude,
Like-
it gets me fired up though.
Right? right?
Patriotic, man.
Dude, I remember that. There's a ton of people that enlisted after that.
Yeah. Arlington
It was Mark Wahlberg, by the way.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I might
That makes
believe
sense.
that one.
Yeah, Arlington was dope.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It was. It's huge.
Yeah, humongous, beautiful, pristine.
Now, is it a specific war that they? It's every war.
Yeah.
Every war. Yeah.
Cool.
If you serve one day in the military, you qualify for a burial at Arlington.
Yeah.
But you had your
technically, if you go to war and you get killed, like right there, then you can.
Yeah.
But
But it was your grandpa's memorial, right?
Yes.
That's so cool.
so they did like the
21 gun salute?
21 gun salute.
Yeah.
And they
And
did
then
taps on the trumpet.
Wow.
they did the flag folding
Yeah.
thing.
Super special.
It was
Really cool.
crazy.
What did the
cool.
girls think?
Oh yeah, they loved it. They thought it was super cool. They were so well behaved and they just sat and watched
Good.
the whole thing. Yeah, Ada loves stuff like that. She just went. She didn't even ask me. She went and sat down and just like watched the whole thing.
Cool.
My mom
She's
is
great.
one of 6, so there's 6
Wow.
siblings,
Yeah.
and so everybody came and got to watch it, and it was
That's special.
really special. And then some like defense, they'll do the ceremony, and you don't even have to have like family members come, but they have people employed that will come and watch the ceremony.
Wow.
And some defense higher up or something was there and shook everybody's hand and
Cool.
like was super cool. And
Did you invite them on the VOD?
We could. It was
a
a woman.
lady.
It was a woman.
How dare you.
So
Never mind.
Dang. I'll take a lap. My bad.
anyway, it was cool. And they gave us all these bullets to take home, but of course we flew.
The
So.
shells.
Oh.
I was about to say.
You could keep the shell.
Well, they like handed them out, and then the lady's like, "Just so you know, if someone's driving, they should probably take all of them because I would not bring those into the airport." And they're like, "Oh yeah, that's smart."
Yeah, my cousin Ethan took them, and he's gonna get them engraved, which is cool.
Very cool.
And then we got to walk the whole thing and see the tomb of the unknown soldier. We saw Kennedy's eternal flame. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, his burial site with the
Yeah.
eternal flame or
I'm just
whatever.
gonna say this right now.
Okay.
It's cool, but they could do cooler
Yeah.
For Kennedy's,
for Kennedy's.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. It's like it's the biggest part
Yeah.
of Arlington.
I mean, where do you stop though? You know, like, how do you rank presidents?
Yeah, I know. And the memorials were really cool. We saw the Lincoln Memorial Monument.
Memorial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
monument.
Sick. Dude, you think you have an idea in your head of what it's going to look like?
Mm-hmm.
10 times cooler.
That's cool. That's so cool. We can't wait to go. We're gonna try to visit the Michaels sometime. So like,
Yeah.
they're right there. So I want to do like a trip.
The girls would love it.
You guys
Our
do a
girls are
museum?
too little.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did. You did the History
Smithsonian.
Museum. Oh yeah, dude.
History Museum, terrible experience.
You take any photos? You didn't do any ninja photos outside the Smithsonian.
No, we stink.
What are you
dude.
doing?
We stink.
What are you
It
doing?
was stress level 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh's therapist has given him like a ratio of what he can and can. And there's like 5 activities, like
Yeah.
on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
He should be doing 5s for exposure therapy. The Smithsonian was like an 8.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Okay.
There were like 1 million people in there. It was hot.
That would have been so funny to have my buddy approach you outside the Smithsonian.
I mean,
I would have been like,
we would have sued you.
No. But DC trip was panic attack free.
It was, yeah.
Good job.
But
Yes.
the morning that we were going to leave, we walked around the White House. Is crazy under construction.
Mhm.
Like, to be honest, I think they're starting to set up for the UFC.
UFC.
Yeah, they're doing a UFC on the front lawn.
Front lawn.
What's happening?
It's pretty dope. It's gonna be pretty American.
do you mean?
I think when you watch it,
What
you'll
did-
be like, you know what? I'll enlist. I'll do it.
Did you hear what Trump said about it?
No.
He says, like, referring to Paris, like, they built the Eiffel Tower for the World Fair, and they decided to keep it up because it would just look so good.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm considering keeping it.
That'd be crazy. Just
For
an
fight?
octagon.
Fights on the front lawn.
Did they really do the Eiffel
Who's
Tower?
fighting? Do you guys know who's fighting?
Not a big lineup. It's unfortunately not great.
Is McGregor not doing it?
No,
Oh, I
he
thought
dropped
he
out
was.
like months ago.
But we went to one of the entrances that where the Secret Service was, and we're like talking to them, super nice guys, and they're like, "Yeah, probably your best spot to go see it is like around the corner or whatever." The next morning, at that same spot, really the same time we were there, the next morning is when that dude started shooting at the Secret Service.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Dude, that's crazy."
Yeah.
It made you feel weird, right?
Yeah,
It's like being in the exact same spot.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Because a pedestrian got shot and we had our girls with us and stuff. That would have been so scary.
I made a joke that there was a time traveler and he got his one day wrong. He put it in the wrong day and he was trying to get Josh Hooper. I missed him. We missed him. We missed the shot.
Oh,
My God, Marty.
all
was
right.
good.
Enough with politics.
Yeah, not a great lineup, right? Like
I mean, it's got a couple fights.
but it was supposed to.
Pereira and O'Malley.
but
Those
it-
will be good. But
Yeah, it was supposed to be like huge. I'm like, you just make it
Yeah.
epic.
It'd
This
be
is
a
250, dude.
yeah. It's
Come
a good
on.
Saturday night. It's not a good White House card.
No.
Yeah,
Mm.
which is lame
It's super lame. I mean, like,
because this will probably never happen again.
no, it will never.
Well,
We're
they're
not
going
gonna
to keep it on the lawn, so it
yeah,
could
that's
happen.
true. That's true. But we're not
It's
going
like every Saturday now.
to. Do you think a White House will still be standing in 250 more years?
No.
Really?
I don't think so.
I wish it was the Hulk. Hulkster.
What?
What?
I wish that he was fighting the Hulk.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
UFC? Hulk Hogan?
I know they don't mix.
That
I really like him though after I watched that documentary.
just wish they had the Hulk. He would have done it though too. If
I
he was
know he
alive,
would.
he would have been there. He would have been the ring announcer
Dude,
probably.
Donald Trump was in his documentary talking about how much he loved
They
the
were
Hulk.
friends. I mean, you saw like Donald Trump was a fan of wrestling early on.
I
Like
know.
this wasn't like I remember when I was a kid. Donald Trump was at WrestleMania and he shaved Vince McMahon's head.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy.
Vince McMahon is a villain.
He's kind of a villain. He's kind of a villain.
Speaking of villains,
Yeah,
let's talk about Google.
Yeah, for real.
dude, don't get me started.
This is like out of Marvel villains,
Yeah.
what they're doing.
So you saw it. We all
Yeah, I
saw it,
did.
right? You know about it.
No, I'm completely in the dark.
Oh my gosh.
What happened with
Okay.
Google?
Buckle up, chinny chin chin.
So there, that's good.
Hit the gong?
There we go. So they're dropping new products. Google's dropping a new product. What do you think Google's working on right now? What is like up their alley?
Yeah, guess.
Yeah, guess.
If they had to create 60 million or like drop 60 million products,
32 million.
I thought it was 60.
32.
I'm pretty sure it's 60.
Yeah.
Maybe I just watched the video twice.
It's
and just
32.
added it. What do you think? What do you think Google's dropping?
I would think some sort of like holographic
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be
That
smart.
would be cool.
That would be cool, and that would be right up their alley.
That would be right up their alley.
What about mosquitoes, Chin?
What about 32 million mosquitoes?
First of all, who's counting the mosquito? How do you know it's 32 million? Like, just say 30 million.
I know.
Wait.
Well, it's like that joke from Nate Bargatze where it's like, what do you mean you're counting bugs? You want me to go over here and count all these bugs? Day one as a scientist?
They're making mosquitoes.
I don't think they're making them, but I don't know if they were
They
made
are.
in a lab.
They're
like-
breeding them.
okay, they're breeding them. They're not. It's not like bioengineered.
So they're
or-
breeding these mosquitoes with a certain bacteria that they're going to release in California, or they're trying to get released in California and Florida. And the goal is for these male mosquitoes, which the news says they don't bite, and then later they said sometimes they bite.
Because they're males. Males don't bite.
Males don't
They're
bite.
all
They
males.
What?
typically don't bite.
Yeah. Well, that's. I mean,
But
but females
think of a
do.
mosquito.
Think about that.
Yeah.
The goal is that they carry this bacteria, they mate with the females and make them sterile. So it's to basically reduce the mosquito population by sterilizing the females or the eggs.
So we would lose out on mosquitoes then.
The plan is to reduce. I thought it was that the males were already sterile but carried the bacteria.
They all no. They carry the bacteria to mate with the females to make them sterile.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also, Google aims to release 64 million good mosquitoes in California and Florida.
Dang.
That's what it is.
I want apologies.
32 million in Florida.
Oh yeah.
We took your number and halved it.
Exactly. How dare you?
You're right,
How
Andy.
dare you?
You're right.
But-
Didn't you guys watch Lilo and Stitch?
We did.
We did.
Isn't the mosquitoes like that's the only reason we don't get obliterated by aliens?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
True.
Oh my gosh.
That's kind of fun.
There's a deeper agenda, Jen.
Yikes!
That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm kind of about it, except like
What do you mean?
not the alien part.
The mosquitoes?
If it works, if their plan works.
Google?
Do you know they've done
If
it already?
their plan works.
Let me just throw a scenario out there for you. These mosquitoes carry a bacteria that make another creature sterile.
Oh no.
What's to say that it can't work its way into us?
This is Silo in real life.
Oh no.
Yeah, a sterile mosquito still needs to eat.
How much? I mean, it's a mosquito's worth of bacteria.
Yeah,
Although a mosquito's worth of bacteria gives us like malaria.
but that's yeah.
If you can't get people to take vaccines, you bring the vaccines to them.
And
Farts.
what a better way to package the thing. And they've already been doing it. There's like multiple cases in the Florida Keys where they've actually used this before. They're like running tests in South Florida already.
Oh my goodness. And you know who mosquitoes love? Jane.
Our daughter.
It's very strange.
It's very.
I mean, we just aren't leaving bugs alone, dude. Billionaires and their bugs.
They
And I get it because
love-
Google is obviously
But
has the
why?
manpower. They have the money. Of course, it's like
But what are they
someone like
doing?
Google.
Why Google?
But that's what I'm saying. They have the money. They have the resources. That's the manpower. Like that's why people are saying, "Oh, that's why Google's doing it." That's why.
Yeah, I mean, they
'Cause
are
then
all
what
about
other-
advancing civilization in a sense with technology. And here's the thing: in a way, let's play devil's advocate.
Just like your dad,
I'm stop it right now.
Jane Goodall. Just that's exactly.
Wait, what did you say about Jane Goodall?
Well, it was the masterclass of Jane Goodall, and my dad saw it and he goes, "It's like, what's she gonna do? Teach us to talk to apes?"
No, Josh was like, no, like conservation and animals, and it's
It's like, come on,
it's the
Dad.
exact thing that you just like. She's like, oh, like the advancement of like human life and taking care of others.
So funny. I guess because the first thing I was like, I'm like, if Google is going to put all their manpower into something, it should be solving world hunger or something that like really affects humanity. But in a way, these mosquitoes are getting people got all over the place. They can help people in Africa that suffer from malaria and stuff
Why
like that.
Florida and California though?
That is the question, I think.
Yeah.
Why those two specific? ones?
Alaska and Montana, their mosquitoes are crazy too.
I
Sure.
didn't encounter a single mosquito in California.
Yeah, I don't think I did either.
No, I can't remember.
It needs to be humid. You need water, and there's
Yeah.
not a lot of water over there.
I mean, I was watching some bike ride in Alaska, and they had them like they were crazy up there. It's like
really?
that's nuts.
Yeah.
They got
Um,
gnats too, like biting gnats that are awful.
Ugh.
I legitimately I didn't have my phone on me. What I would or else I would have taken a picture, but it still probably wouldn't have done it justice. I had a mosquito land on me the other day, and I literally would have swatted it away. The only reason I did it was because I could not believe how big it was.
Ugh.
I'm telling you, it was this big.
No, I think I have a
That's a-
photo of one on my phone.
It was
Google mosquito.
insane. Like I couldn't believe how it was the size of like a small butterfly.
Oh my gosh.
It blew my mind. I couldn't believe it.
And then so you look at it and you're like, I'm gonna look at that for a second. Pop! Get it like that.
Yeah.
Don't let it
was-
go on to procreate.
Did you get it?
It punched me back, bro. Like that's how big it was. It like bruised my finger. They were, I got it, but it's like, geez Louise.
Have you ever seen how
Sparked a
Mosquito
little bit,
sucks
though.
your blood? Like the video
Yeah.
of it?
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
told you I
wild.
don't want to watch it, so don't tell me. About
It's like it has like what it was like 4 or 6 needles.
Mm-hmm.
2 go in and separate the
Yeah.
skin.
Ugh.
Another needle goes down, and then another needle like
crazy.
finds the blood.
That's why I'm
Isn't that
fine with
wild?
them being annihilated by this Google race.
If that's the true thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always think about Bug's Life. Do you remember when they're at the bar and they have like the like
yeah.
the-
Poo
the-
bladder?
yeah, and then they stick it in and they
Yeah.
Chin, you know your movie references. Why are you so different from your brother?
I've seen every movie he's referenced.
I just like referencing stuff.
What do you think of
what-
Interstellar?
Andrew didn't watch movies.
I like Interstellar.
There you go.
What do you like about it?
I mean, it's just emotional. Like the scene where he watches his kids grow up.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Like if I talk about that, like I'll just I'll get emotional just talking about that scene.
But it's a thought-provoking movie, is it
Yeah.
not? It's
Yeah.
I mean,
it's-
well made, well written, well filmed.
it's my favorite Timothy Chalamet.
I think
Dang.
within a year you have to rewatch Interstellar, give it a shot, because I think it may be the parenthood aspect of it.
maybe.
Oh, interesting.
Because there's movies that didn't affect me at all when I watched them, and then I watch them as a parent, and I'm like, that gets
Same.
me so angry.
I will say I loved
someone-
Interstellar before I was a parent, though.
Have you
Well,
ever?
true, but
have you ever been
on a different level then.
Yeah.
Is there like a football team that you can't stand because of how in love with the team the fans are in proximity to you?
No, I support everyone.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Taylor
think
Swift's the football team. For you?
I think Interstellar has been that for me, where I would have given it like a decent mid score. Like it's not the best movie I've ever seen, but it would have been mid. But everybody else calling it a 10 when I thought it was a 7 has just made me wired me to want to argue with people about why it's not a 10.
I raise you.
My camera just flashed.
I take
Uh-oh.
I take your Interstellar and I raise you a Lord of the Rings.
Okay, slow down.
Like
Exactly.
you don't
Cowboy.
like it, or you?
I'm saying I
He thinks
grown
it's
to
mid.
love it, and I have an appreciation for it. But they're growing up, everyone being psycho about Lord of the Rings. I'm like, I just don't get it. I've seen it. I'm like, it's fine. Like, it's not that great. Now I still love it and respect it, but it's like, no. But it's also just not my taste. Like, I'm not a big fantasy.
Yeah, but you like horror movies.
I like
right?
all types, but it's just I don't know. It's
I
something
can't do
about
that.
it's like it's the era. It's like I don't know. It's just something about like the elves and the that era. I don't even know how to describe it, but
Middle
What's
Earth.
happening?
Speaking of Lord of the Rings,
yeah.
did you hear about what the Pope said?
No, I didn't hear. You told me about it a little bit, but
All right. Well,
what do you say?
something pretty profound.
Okay,
And he's going
from the Pope.
head to head with the industry. I'll tell you more about it right after this. Don't go anywhere.
What's going on, guys? Andrew here. I want to tell you about our Patreon account. We go so far down the rabbit hole, you're never going to find your way out. There's stuff we can't even post on YouTube without it getting flagged. And all of that stuff exists at patreon.com/ninjas or butterflies. We got early released episodes. We got weekly bonus episodes, merch discounts, first access to merch like the shirt I'm wearing right here, and so much more. So if you want to go deeper with us, if you want to see what we can't post on YouTube, join our Patreon. It's a lot of fun. Merch discounts, Discord access, stuff I'm sure I'm forgetting about. Just go check it out. It's worth it. I promise you. Okay, love you. Bye.
Hey, before we get into it, just so you guys know, I brought something.
Oh,
I brought something for you guys. So
can we do it now?
yeah,
Can we do it on the pod?
yeah,
Let's do it now.
let's do it.
It's a gun.
All right.
Gift time with
Get
Chin.
Chin.
With the
The
gifts are always
always from Chin.
So
Whoa.
I brought
No way.
Oh
this
my goodness.
this box that I've been holding on to.
Heck yeah.
And so long story short, I've got like a display case in my house, and I wasn't gonna rip this, but I was like looking at it, and there's like a little hole in the corner.
Oh.
I'm like, why is there a hole? Anyways, my daughter, my 5-year-old daughter, I asked both girls to, pull up. They both are standing in front of me. Like one of them's, guilty as sin. And the other one's like, it's not me, So I identified who did it. she was like, "Oh, I really just want to open it." But anyway, so
she cracked it. She tried to get into it.
yeah, so like any good dad would do, instead of letting her open it, we're gonna open it here.
You're gonna show her this clip.
Yeah, and we're gonna I don't know, maybe hit something cool. So
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Oh
you guys
my
want to?
goodness.
Yeah, let's do one.
All right, sweet.
That is a cool case.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just work on.
Here,
How should we do this?
I'm holding your mic. How fast can you do this without screwing something up?
Are you invisible to the people, Andrew, because of your camera?
No, I got it. I got a battery in it, but we're just kind of on like a timer of sorts.
Drop a comment if
I
you
was
can
just-
see Andrew.
I was just gonna give us each a pack and just let us all do one pack simultaneously.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that
fun.
works.
I don't know the value of anything.
Yeah, give us high low like in here.
I mean, high, like I think like $4,000. Like there's like this itself is like, I think like you can buy it maybe $150 like on market, but it's normally like a $60 box.
And it's finders keepers, right?
I think that's how we play it.
Okay.
Jen is like,
As soon as I
Yeah,
pull
you
like
gotta
a gold
set the rules,
Charizard or
dude.
something.
There is a gold Charizard in here, so
How much is that worth?
I think like, so if you get them graded and they're like a 10, then they can be like significantly more. But like the raw value of a gold Charizard is probably like $300-$400, something like that.
Back to the dude.
So
what?
So you better be clear on who gets to keep what before Andy opens like $1 million card.
I don't think there's a $1 million card.
Pretty sure he was clear that it was a gift.
What is circulating in our kids' toy chest right now that in 20 years is going to be?
Do you remember Beanie Babies was like the
Oh,
thing?
yeah, dude.
You remember that? Do you ever see that photo of the husband and wife in divorce court on their hands and knees going through their Beanie Baby collection because they were splitting through the divorce, and so they were sitting down and they're just,
Oh, my God.
it's crazy.
Bizarre.
All right, who wants to go
Yeah,
first?
you
Okay.
tell us what
Should we
we're
be like a reveal video?
We do it all at the
This
same
is
time.
what I have.
How about I do mine first and you watch how I do it, and
Yeah.
then you guys know how to do it.
I'll do the opposite.
Open it with your teeth. Yeah.
I rip it.
All right. So you open it, right? And then there's gonna be like a yellow card on it. You don't need the yellow card. Get rid of that. And then you take the top card and you put it underneath.
What's the point of that?
The point is this is gonna be an energy card. It's worth nothing.
Okay,
So and then the most valuable would be in the back.
got it.
Okay. And so like if you're doing it with the camera,
Oh yeah, so
you
okay,
just
that makes
you
sense.
just slowly or quickly, whatever, you just like get rid of them like that. so on the whole like Catholic Church thing, it has been blessed by the Pope that
Pokemon?
Pokemon's not demonic.
Good.
Well, my grandma would say otherwise.
Yeah.
And
Your
she would say
grandma
the
would-
Pope is the devil.
Your grandma went to Benny Hinn conferences, though,
we-
too.
I know.
Can we trust the Pope?
Good to go?
Well, I think you guys know how to do it, so you just go ahead.
Dive in.
Yeah, just dive in. We'll see what the last one of this is.
Am I supposed to tell you which one's valuable? That one.
I'll tell you. Oh, that's like a $2 card, maybe $1 card.
All right.
Something like that.
Where do you sell Pokemon cards?
eBay, Facebook Marketplace,
Okay,
to your
so
friends and family.
Gold card, put down.
Yes.
And
It's
then
the
top
Joker.
one
Underneath. There you go.
Boom.
I like the gold card, though.
Electric.
Ooh.
Hey, there's a Pikachu chase card in there, so that's a good sign.
Okay.
It's an electric. You got it upside down. You gotta.
Idiot.
Hey, I see something. There's something good in there.
Ooh.
Okay.
That one's golden.
No, it's not. All right, it wasn't that good. I thought it was
Oh,
good. No,
darn it.
sorry.
Dang it. I'm going to be the lucky one. I'm so lucky. All right, I'm going to go next.
All right.
Did you just lift it from the top?
Yeah.
You did the wrong way, Lil.
Dang it.
It doesn't matter now.
Why?
But no, they're
You killed the best card.
The last three could be good. So
Okay.
she
Okay,
didn't.
I'm gonna keep
She's not fully cooked yet.
I'm going to keep going.
Ooh.
I'm like thinking,
Whoa!
What is it?
I was like, I knew it.
I was about to do a fake reaction, but then you freaked out. I was like, wait a minute. I think
I thought you were doing it with me. I thought.
"Hey, I don't know what any of these are.
I don't either.
I'm so lost.
I know my kids are gonna love these though.
This is the seeing part of the listening podcast.
All right.
Yeah.
Dude, they gave Pokemon cards to Ada at the urgent care.
Dang.
Okay, I'm in the last. This is 3,
Okay.
2.
I think you're cooked. Yeah.
Fart.
So you take that down and you take the top on the
Put
bottom.
it on the bottom.
Okay.
No.
Huh?
Yeah, he's doing it right.
Yeah.
He's doing it right.
Yeah, leave me. I know what I'm doing.
Oh, I thought it was the other way.
No.
No, this is perfect.
That strategy is smart because he
I
wants to
need
see it.
Two down.
I need a fiscal value every reveal.
Each of these are like 10 cents.
Dang.
I mean, I throw these out.
Dang it.
But then the last 3.
You can make like a Pokemon art piece. That's shiny.
And then, no, cooked.
Dang.
All right, here
Game
we
is dumb.
So I already burnt the
rigged.
yellow. Top goes to bottom.
Yep.
You spent $60 on this pack?
Yeah, on the whole box.
Dang. You'd be good at gambling.
Well, they would be like
Oh,
it's like $150.
While I pull this, you should tell them how much money you just won.
Yeah.
This is a new problem for my brother.
It's not a problem. I just yeah. I won like $1,400 the other day.
Oh
just
my
playing some
gosh.
poker. Dude, are you revealing the last one already?
No, I flipped it.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm looking at. I got a Pika.
Yeah.
I know that one.
I know that guy.
Can you see these?
It's a Mandela
I guess I
effect.
should be showing you
Yeah. I mean, sure.
because you can't.
Well, you should show the camera.
It's
okay.
You know something? Values in the
you
eyes
can
of
do
the
it pretty quick.
beholder.
Amen.
Just rip. I think you're
Yeah,
cooked.
that's only what you
We've
said
kind of
because you
seen
didn't
them
pull
all
a
now.
great one. You would have pulled a great one. You wouldn't have been saying.
What was the last
You
one?
suck.
You got
That should
skunked.
be, you might have done it wrong. That shouldn't be the last one.
Yeah, he had
Yeah, you
one
probably
in
did
front
do
of
it
the
wrong,
energy
you
card.
idiot.
Yeah, look at that. You got a full art, dude.
Yeah, idiot.
That was his first one he put.
Andrew
That was
won?
the first one.
I put it.
That was in front of the energy card.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Andrew won?
That's a good. I mean, it's like a. I don't know. Maybe
I knew what I
maybe
was
like
doing.
$3 or something like that.
Heck yeah.
Andrew's
Pulled
the
it
winner.
perfect.
I tell you, here's what we'll do. I'll cut that down to the funny parts for the pod, and then we'll do a full on Patreon. You can see the full card back. You won't believe the card that Lily pulls. You have to go to patreon.com/ninjas or butterfly.
And now
I have
for the
4
scratch.
more, so at the end of the podcast, we could just like.
We'll do it for the Patreon episode.
Yeah.
I
We'll
swear.
just become a part cooling. Card pooling.
Excuse
What
me.
did you just say?
Card pooling channel. Tell them what happened to you yesterday.
I have horrific brain fog this
Uh-huh.
week. I think it's like something going on in my body, but I went to Publix yesterday and I was like a walking zombie, like interacting with people, not good. But Ada's been asking for oatmeal, and ever since she ate that oatmeal in Nashville with your kids, and we go to the aisle and I'm showing her all the flavors, and there's one called Harvest Apple.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, look at this one, Ada. Harvest Apple. And I was like, what? And I was like, Harvest Apple. What? Wait a minute. And it freaked me out so bad that we had to walk away.
She sat there being like, no. Arvis Happel.
And I was like, what? And then it made me dizzy a little bit because I was
Having a
freaking out.
stroke.
I thought I was having a stroke. And I was like, we didn't get any oatmeal. We walked away. I was like,
Is it hammered?
freaking out.
Oh. But speaking of Arvis Apple,
Yeah.
question
quarter with Lily with a question of restaurant on mine.
Okay. Here we go.
Here we go. Buckle up.
I have 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
If you lost the ability to be embarrassed, do you think you would be better or worse off?
What?
I'll be so much better off.
Better. Everyone would be better.
I think the opposite. I think it'd be worse off.
What do you mean?
You just have so
Oh.
much confidence.
Like socially,
Yeah.
I might,
I have seen
Alien
Oh, like
people
actually
myself.
make a fool of yourself, but
because
like,
I do it regularly already.
no.
So my small amount of shame that exists in me is what's keeping me having
That's-
friends.
That's fair.
That's and that is the tough thing because you see that like to go like on the serious bit of it, like where you see people parenting their kids like very poorly, like
Yeah.
being almost borderline abusive, and then you're like, you should be embarrassed that you're doing this in public.
Yeah.
And so like
That's not
for
where I
the
was
for the
going.
wrong person, it could
Yeah.
embarrassment. Like I've seen people comment like people need to be embarrassed more.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah,
Where did
there's a
shame
good balance.
Go? Where did good old fashioned shame go?
We should bring
Went
back
away with
public
bullying.
shaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
I
you,
mean,
Chin?
I think I get too embarrassed sometimes. I think getting too in my head. and I feel like it holds me back sometimes. So I think I would go for that. What about you, Jen?
I feel like I don't get really that embarrassed.
I can see that.
So I don't think I really need to be less embarrassed. Was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends what
I
you
don't
need.
think I need. Yeah. I think I'm comfortable where I'm at. So
And your level of embarrassment?
yeah, I don't
Most
think that if,
narcissistic answer. I'm good. I don't know the question. I don't know if we're talking about being embarrassed or not, but I don't need to change.
the question was that if you could not be embarrassed in certain situations, do you think that would better you or make you worse?
Yeah.
And I think it would make me worse.
Okay.
So you're content at your level of embarrassment.
Yeah.
And that's good. Self-awareness is good.
Yeah.
You should be more.
Is that narcissistic?
No,
I-
I don't think so.
To say
'Cause that's what he said. He just
well, if you're like, yeah, embarrassment. Yeah,
Fight.
there's like a level of confidence to say I don't need embarrassment.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
What about you?
I think everybody needs to be embarrassed.
But like Josh,
Yeah,
he doesn't need to be more embarrassed.
but is this a yes? Is this a yes no lever or like a spectrum?
It's per person, right?
It's it's entirely subjective.
but-
Like if Josh was less embarrassed, that would be a good thing. That's what we're working toward.
Yeah, but per person, is it a lever or is it an
What?
amount? Like, are you embarrassed or are
I
you
don't know,
not?
dude. You
embarrassed?
sound super narcissistic.
No. Hold on, let me think about what you're saying. My brain's not working.
I'd be funnier if I was less embarrassed.
That's why I feel
Like
Oh,
when
are
we were
you
doing
saying,
like
can you
Karen
change
stuff
it?
like downtown. Like
Oh.
I just don't like being. I don't know, but it's also I don't like being like affecting other people because of my comedic bits.
Like
Like,
you're
I'm try-
conscientious.
Yeah, I think I'm too conscientious to like a point where it's. But I mean, maybe somebody else would say it differently about me. I don't know, but
I think you're very conscientious.
yeah.
I think you're extremely
How would
conscientious.
you know? Kidding.
Okay, everyone.
Oh, all right.
Good one. What's your second
So,
one?
but I don't know Andrew's answer.
Ask the question again.
If you lost the ability to be embarrassed, do you think you would be better or worse off?
I'd be worse off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine if we had a gaslight Andrew every week. We'd be like, we'd have to reiterate. It's a simple yes or no. It's a simple
Just
yes
answer
or no.
the question.
Okay. This is another one. What's the least amount of money that would be buried in the bottom of a porta potty that you would be willing to dive for?
When you say buried,
Like
When you
under
say
all
dive,
all
like
the
at the bottom.
I mean, that's a lot of effort. I'm putting a lot of force into that.
It is a highly productive
Ooh.
porta potty
Okay. In Florida,
in Florida in the heat.
in the summertime,
Nobody bothered to put it in. the
at
shade.
like a like Coachella or something, like kind of event, like a music festival,
Not with young people. Think,
like a barbecue festival.
yeah.
Okay.
Or even better, this is what I've been telling Josh. My active nightmare is a car show with a rock and roll element, like a live music rock and roll element.
there's got to be food. There's like,
Any NASCAR event?
Yeah, it makes my stomach
Okay.
royal.
so like a NASCAR porta potty,
Yeah.
Daytona 500.
There's money at the bottom. What's the least amount of money you'd be willing to dig for?
And once I get the money,
You can have a shower. You can do
like
anything.
yeah, like the money's good.
I'm gonna
like
say-
I'm not gonna.
It's
You're
in
not
a- it's
gonna
in a
reach
bag.
down. You're not gonna reach down and grab it though.
It's under some stuff.
It's under some stuff.
Okay.
It might be to
Um,
the left, to the right. You gotta kind of look for
My mind goes $5,000.
That's where mine went.
it. Ew.
I think I'd be. I think
$5,000.
that's life changing money to me right now. that's yeah, that would be amazing. I think so. I think $5,000's my lowest.
Yeah, for like a couple minutes of misery.
Ugh.
I mean, I'd be happy with a lot more, but I mean, I think $5,000 would be my lowest. But who knows? I mean,
Or
at
good-
the end of the month when things, you rent's due and all that stuff, it's like $1,000 down there. I don't know.
I mean, another question, just to like gauge it. Like, would you do that like once a month? For like,
Yeah,
more. You get a house, right?
If I was guaranteed $5,000 a month, yeah.
Yeah.
Or even less though. You know what I mean? Like
It
depending
makes it
on.
easier.
No, I wouldn't go. I don't think I would go. I mean, I think 2,500 is my lowest on a monthly basis. A one timer, 5,000.
Yeah, there's a bow I want that's $3,800, and I do it for the bow. So that's my number.
Wow. Okay. Oh my god.
I would do it just so I can provide opportunities for my children.
I want to
number
hear your
gets-
That's where I'm going in my head is like, because you guys are saying 5, and like, here's the thing: I can be easily swayed. If somebody says like, this is the value of something,
Yeah.
I can go there. I also can do hard things. That's something I've got a switch in my brain that I could flip
for sure.
when I'm presented with something difficult.
But you walked in here with that question with a number in mind.
Yeah, you did.
So I wanna know
it was
that number.
Nothing south of 10. It was nothing south.
What was it? What was like?
I mean, I
Sounds
would.
like
I'd
10.
do it for 10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do it for 10,000.
Yeah.
Under that, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I would do it for a really good pack of Pokemon cards.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like this is like depressing. Like just to get these 2 out of that box. Like I would do it to just get that box back, unopened.
I mean, I've done.
That's so sad. Oh no.
I mean, we've all done worse things for less money. I've scrubbed toilets. I've sold newspapers door to door in the heat. I've done. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. that I've
Ask
done.
me my worst job I've ever had.
What's the
What's the worst job you've ever had, Finn?
Has he told you the worst job he's ever had?
I'm sure.
Is it Chick-fil-A?
No.
No.
Chip. I mean
That's a great.
That's a
That's a
great
solid
job.
Okay, I was just asking.
So it's not my fault. It's Andrew's fault. I wanted to enter a skimboarding contest. I didn't have any money. My mom said the only way that I'll pay for you to do it is if you go get a job. So I got a job that my brother had already worked because it's in the family.
There are one of 2 jobs you might be mentioning right now. That's how bad I was at.
So I was the Statue of Liberty on the side of the road.
Okay, that's
Oh,
the worst.
yeah.
Yeah, we've heard this story. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Like my friends from high school, like
Yeah.
they saw me, they pulled over, took pictures of me.
That's
like,
so funny.
That's a bad one.
And yeah, your face is shown.
I didn't
yeah.
have an iPad or iPod or anything like that.
It's just
I had a one of those radios that you put a 9-volt battery in. And I would listen to the radio
Oh my
on the side of the road, and I would just stand there looking just as miserable. I would count cars. I think 2-hour shift, 3,000 cars, easy. I would just legit count.
That's why you're good at poker. You just
Yeah,
good
maybe.
at numbers of cards.
There's
And I bet
no
you walked away
way.
with like $10.
There's no way that pays off for the company.
I mean, the fact that we all know what the
Yeah,
the
what's the
mutual
company
liberty
called?
like,
What's the-
like we know like that
What they are.
what they are and that they have a mascot on the side of the road all the time. Like we know that.
And if
And
you're
so
like,
it's in our head. That's a branding.
TurboTax is
Yes.
confusing me. Taxes are due in like 3 days. Where do I go to get my taxes done? Oh yeah,
That's where I
that
get my
spot.
taxes done. Actually, I go to the same place I used to work
Shout
at.
out Jack.
So it's worked out for them because you did it. You were the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
the
and
first
it,
thing
it worked out for me too, because like
All their clients are people.
That's what I'm that was their long game. We'll get them suckered.
it's our family too. Like my mom goes there too, so like we
Oh,
got
yeah.
the whole
It's a pyramid scheme.
yeah.
Dude, it's a Liberty scheme. You just unlocked a memory for me. Talk about things that you do for money. I used to work at a newspaper in circulation, and on the side they would have like these big third Thursdays in Joplin, like where it would just be art festival all downtown. It was super cool. But they had this big mascot costume. It was just a rolled up newspaper. I mean, the thing was like 9 feet tall, and they'd be like, "We'll pay you like $100 to walk around in the summer in this thing."
Oh my
But it wouldn't show your face. And so that's kind of one of the reasons why I would like embarrassment, obviously. Like it was like, I don't really want it. So I would just walk around and just be a little like, happy newspaper. And it was the best because it was like the closest I'll ever be to Batman, because I would just walk up to people that I would see and I would know. And then I'd just be like dancing with them and they're like, "Oh, funny." And then I would whisper, I'm like, "Chris, it's good to see you." And then I walk away and the people would just be like, who is that? Who's in the newspaper that knows me? And I would just drop inside jokes every time I saw somebody.
That's so funny.
So fun.
Liberty is why embarrassment needed to be higher.
I see.
I would have dodged.
But I love people that just embrace that, though.
Dude, I
Like,
got
mean,
hit
like-
with a slushie.
You've told me that. That's so funny.
Like, and a dude with a train horn on his freaking truck, and I'm still not sure which of the ton of lifted trucks drove up and down that road, but every day some dude would wait to get right next to me, and only if I wasn't looking that direction, and he'd hit that thing.
Oh my goodness.
You know how
Sounds like
boring
fun.
something has to be to almost fall asleep standing up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awful.
It's bad.
What is that
Awful.
Vine when the guy's like spinning the Quiznos sign like crazy, like really good, like he's a really good sign flipper. And he's like, "Which way's the Quiznos?"
Oh my god.
Andrew, you got a beat for us?
Yeah.
Oh, a beat.
Oh, that's so loud.
Andrew's got a reel. Yeah. And he's gonna show us right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Now?
Show us that reel.
Right now.
Okay, got a couple. Let's just start with the shorter one. You ready?
What's the shorter one? You sent 3 videos.
3.
Yeah, there's an outdoors one and then
Oh, the outdoors one, you can pull that up. That's just the mosquito that Andy was talking about. Like, if you just want to see like how big those are, I literally smashed one on the dash of my Jeep and left it there because I was like, no one's gonna believe that mosquitoes this big exist.
Ugh.
mine was like 2 feet tall.
You didn't send it to me, did you?
No, we gotta chat here. Look at this.
Is this a mosquito?
All right. Which
Yeah, you can skip the audio on
Oh
the
my
mosquito, but
goodness.
just to see how big.
Are we doing the food one first?
Yeah, let's do the food one. 3,
Ugh.
2, 1.
I got a volume.
Is that a penguin?
Is that a penguin?
Caption says Applebee's count your days.
Golly.
What is that?
It's a mouse head.
Oh my gosh. What's a rat, bro?
Brother.
I just gagged so hard I threw up. That
How
was so bad.
Can you be chopping something?
Well, you've seen Ratatouille, right?
No, that stuff comes in bags, bro. Like that comes from like like a machine. A rat got in and then just sliced.
At the factory.
And it's all like rolled in Italian dressing or something too.
God.
There's
That
a
gagged me so hard, bro. Oh.
The next one is just unhinged. Andrew's feed took a turn.
Okay.
3, 2.
What?
What do you do if this guy approaches you?
Bro.
I'm not finishing
That's
that.
it. That's it.
I'm not
That's it.
finishing.
Mamma mia. I also love that whenever Lily opened the Applebee's one, her first question was, "Is that a penguin?"
Dude, you know what we're watching right now on Netflix? Is Penguin Town. It's so good.
What is it? A
It's
show?
so funny. It's a natural whatever. It's like an actual show about real life penguins.
Yeah.
Migrating to South Africa.
Cool.
But they do it like a reality show.
Yeah.
Where it's couples, and because they mate for life, and they're couples and they're trying to like get their babies to grow up and to migrate on their own.
Yeah.
And Josh and I have been cackling at this
very
show.
fun.
It's fun.
Oh yeah.
Was it good for kids too?
Oh,
yeah, they do. They do. It's Natural Geographic, so there is stuff.
Like murder?
No, like penguin.
Oh, like mating.
Natural Geographic.
What did I say?
That's what you said.
Is that natural? What is it?
Oh, it's Natural Geographic. You know what I'm saying?
It's a Natural Geographic. Love it so much.
There is, and that's part of what Josh and I are laughing about. Is like they pan over and there's like 2 penguins under a car in a parking lot.
Good for them.
Speaking of Penguin Town,
Lovebirds.
let's talk about
Yeah.
AI Town.
Ooh, AI Town.
So last episode we talked about AI data centers
Yes.
and whatnot.
Yep.
How it's just like they're popping up everywhere now. And a lot of people are saying, no, don't do it.
It's the one thing Republicans and Democrats are agreeing.
Really?
They're bad. No one wants data centers.
Yeah.
Like that's
You're saying they're
across the board.
agreeing on getting the
yeah, like hey, like
Well, then
we're
how-
good, right? We don't want to do this.
Then how are they existing? Like,
It's-
if our
has
elected
nothing to-
officials are like, no, then money's just winning every time.
Yeah, and
The
some
pa-
aspect
green,
is-
the powerful
Wait, why are they
people
so
with-
bad? Just land?
Land, I mean, it has climate effects, big time climate effects. It's taking away, yeah, it's just
What is
What
that?
if we put them in space?
Ooh,
why don't we?
what is that aspect that they were talking about where it puts off like around a data center? It goes up something like 15 degrees.
Yeah, they're talking about the one in Utah, the one that Mr. Wonderful wants to make.
Yeah.
And they said like the nighttime air temperatures go up by like 20 something degrees. It uses like 9, I don't know,
Make up a number.
A ton of water
Kilowatts.
kilowatts
Oh.
of energy.
and a lot of water.
Yeah,
Oh my
don't-
gosh.
but NVIDIA, do you guys know? Is it NVIDIA? Is it-
NVIDIA.
NVIDIA. They are proposing that you can get your own. They'll pay you to basically attach an AI data center to your house. So it looks like an AC unit.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get free power, free internet, and upwards of $22,000 a year.
Slow down.
Sure. So I mean,
That's a little too suspicious to me.
Well, that sounds.
I
like
mean,
a good
to me that makes more sense than taking over acres and acres.
Yeah.
Like involve and incentivize your civilians.
Yeah.
Like get them to do it.
But if
on
the
their
counter
side.
argument is grid impact, it still packs that punch.
Yeah, but it's going to happen either way. You might as well incentivize your people to do it.
Yeah, I was thinking about how, apparently, rumor has it they're putting one in marine land, like on the coast, right there on the beach,
Really?
and that is just so sad.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all wacky, dude. That's very strange, though, that they would
Yeah.
be doing that. I mean, it's probably smart because they're seeing the feedback that people are getting, and we're like, we're not going to be slowing down on building these things. Like, it's
Yeah.
going to be happening more. I mean, like, when was the first one put up? Like the big one.
Memphis, right?
I mean,
Oh,
it's
the,
recent. So it's like,
Stargate.
yeah. So it's going to just keep. That was the past couple of years. So I mean,
Yeah.
we're going to be having these things pop up everywhere.
I think they're still building Stargate, the OpenAI one.
Gotcha.
They're probably
Massive
just going
one.
to continue to build onto it.
Yeah.
I saw there was like a viral post talking about like the areas that like succumb to like fire and drought, and those being the areas that all these data centers are coming up, which is like got me fired up. But then when I tried to pull up like current maps of like the areas, I couldn't get I mean, you can like roughly, it's like southeast, but like I couldn't get it to like line up dead on. So I don't know. I want to know, like, because it's easy to take statistics and make them say anything. So I really want to know, like, what is the actual impact of one of these data centers? Like, because they talk about water consumption and overheating stuff. And it's like, obviously, if that's really what it's doing, like, if we're getting in a situation where people aren't going to have drinking water, then the answer is a hard no.
I remember Sam Altman, they were talking about that because the whole thing was like, because we're going to make the world, they're like, all these billionaire tech dudes were just like with this whole climate change thing and going green and all that stuff, but like the data centers they're building is the complete opposite of that.
I know, and then interesting.
And Sam Altman's like, well, the goal, if I'm remembering this right, he's like, the goal is for AI to come to show us how to do that.
Yeah.
Isn't that the big cop out that they keep saying? It's like, we'll put everything on hold, including, you know, making sure people have clean drinking water in the world, but AI will teach us how to give them clean drinking water when it's using all of the clean drinking water.
Our God,
in the world.
AI will teach us.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know what's funny about climate change, though, too, is that I did not believe in it. And then we went to the beach for a week after DC. 0 crabs on that beach.
Yeah,
Like we'd always go crab hunting at night, you know?
for sure. Yeah,
Just get buckets of crabs.
yeah,
Not a single crab.
that is interesting.
In fact,
Same
when we
time of
first
year?
got there, when we got there, we've probably found like 20 dead crabs on the beach.
Well, they just dredged that whole area, didn't they?
So that's that's possibly
That's what they
why.
did. They messed it all up.
Maybe it's displacement.
That's a conspiracy we should look into and talk to. There's people like who are super against redredging. Like it's a way of just passing money around, but it like doesn't. They call them renourishment, but you're ripping out the barrier sandbar, which is underwater, which does as much for impact on the coast and slowing in a surge or slowing an incoming surge. But so it's like shifting stuff around. But in doing that, you completely upset the ecosystems that naturally live in those places. But
Kooky.
It's just the white man.
It-
allegedly,
happening a lot.
need to
Josh
look
has
it
a
up.
funny campaign and T-shirt idea that we'll talk about on Patreon
Yeah.
Okay.
for those
Well-
want to get involved.
Yeah, it just makes you wonder. There's a lot of money being moved around and a lot of people being promised and having to cash in. Like I just like it's completely unrelated, but it was something dumb. Like there was an art installation of for a street name in Tempe, Arizona, and it goes across the street and it's like, you know, Mills Avenue or whatever, and it's cost $2 million. And it was the town's money. And people are like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
$2 million? This thing costs $2 million. And this is like, well, this is what we're spending it on.
Crazy.
We're not going to improve roads. We're not going to do anything else like that. It's like, no, this is what we're going to do.
Dude, speaking of money going to the right places, I'm pretty stoked about the property tax thing happening in Florida.
There's a lot of upset people about it
Why?
because they rushed it through
Sure.
without a proposed tax, like, because the property taxes fund police,
Education.
fire, education, and they pushed it through without necessarily a solution to fill in that, like, I think it's like 22 million something buck. I don't know. It was a lot of money.
Yeah.
That property taxes make for fire, police, education. And they're like, well, what's the solution? We're gonna figure it out.
We'll get it.
Well, that's interesting because I know there's the totalitarian side of police force and it becoming federal, which we're not for. But I know with education, they were really trying to push privatized charter schools. So I bet that's the unspoken solution for it.
It just stinks that, like, you hear about teachers in this nation, they all say, do not teach in the South, particularly do not teach in Florida because they're so underpaid and under-resourced already.
His wife has the craziest story. When she moved to Florida from Tennessee, which Tennessee paid better, school was better, lower classroom, but when she got to her new school, got hired, they were like, so this is I forget how many kids it was a crap ton, but they're like, also, we're a different kind of learning environment. You can build your own walls. They like shared a big open room. And she had to like put up partitions,
had like cabinets and stuff in between.
Goodness gracious!
Imagine being in elementary school and like the 3rd grade class is next to the 4th grade class and divided by basically this wall of sweaters.
Oh my goodness!
They just shut that school down.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Dang.
It seems like a good opportunity for the teachers and students to build stuff together. But, I mean, arts and crafts. Come on.
Well, speaking of shutting stuff down. The Pope wants to shut down AI.
Yeah. Get him. Get him, Leo. What?
Yeah, so the Pope, I don't know what it's called. Do you know what it's called? Or the big...
It's like a manifesto.
Yeah, almost like a manifesto. But the Pope, he says artificial intelligence needs to be disarmed. And he said the word is strong, I know, but deliberately chosen because this moment needs words capable of attracting attention, awakening consciousness, and indicating paths forward for humanity. To disarm does not mean rejecting technology, but preventing it from dominating humanity.
Yeah.
And then he quoted Gandalf.
Oh, I've heard about this, yeah.
It's like the first time a Pope has quoted Lord of the Rings or something.
He also said 6'7" recently, which is hilarious.
Did he really?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, the kid's
like, can you say 6'7"?
And someone's like, can you please tell me this is AI?
So funny. But it's funny because it's like he quoted Gandalf as like a rebuttal to Peter Thiel in a quote.
Yeah.
So Peter Thiel in a quote, he's being interviewed. They're talking about Lord of the Rings. This is what Peter Thiel said. Peter Thiel said, Gandalf's the crazy person who wants to start a war. Mordor is a technological civilization based on reason and science. Outside of Mordor, it's all sort of mystical and environmental, and nothing works.
Dude knows nothing about what he's talking about.
Did they just try to make Mordor the
good guys?
The good guy. I don't know Lord of the Rings well, but that's wrong.
But then the Pope comes up there and quotes Gandalf in this speech about AI.
Oh, so Pope came later. His speech.
Yeah.
Okay, so Peter Thiel introduced Lord of the Rings.
And
why was he like so aggressive? Like what? Why was he so aggressive against Gandalf? Like, where did that come from?
I don't know.
Also, it makes you like even more villainous.
I know.
Who's writing his speeches?
But you know, Leo was behind the scenes just like we were, like listening to that and like, has this guy seen Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, Tolkien, he's one of us.
But the quote from Gandalf that the Pope said is, it's not our part to master all the tides of the world, but to do what is in us for the succor of those who those years wherein we are set, uprooting the evil in the fields that we know, so that those who live after may have a clean earth to till.
Ooh.
So that was his quote from Gandalf, like basically the opposite of what Peter Thiel said.
Yeah.
Yeah, and represents.
Thiel's an idiot.
Yeah.
Thiel is a quote unquote Christian.
Yeah. What
in a
was
sense.
I don't even. He has some title he's invented for it, which basically means I determine what I want to believe, and I'm labeling it something I shouldn't be able to.
Yeah, like a fake Christian.
So kind of like an agnostic.
Like just because you put church on the building doesn't mean people worship Jesus inside it.
It's
Yeah.
like he's for the morality of Christianity, but not fully.
Yeah,
only the parts that he chooses.
But how do we feel about him doing lectures on the Antichrist?
Oh,
and
I know.
he just said Mordor is the hero.
Oh,
I
I
know.
know. And that's Tim Dillon has a funny spit about it, which we talked about it when it happened, but Tim Dillon was like, the Antichrist is giving a talk about the Antichrist.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so on the nose and weird.
Guys,
Oh,
we
like-
all need to be a golem. We need to kill Frodo.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
what the
yeah.
goal is.
we
Yeah,
have to get
greed.
this ring.
Yeah.
But speaking of Peter Thiel, did you know that Peter Thiel just moved his family to Argentina?
Yep.
Oh,
I
boy.
heard he left.
Yeah, so Peter Thiel has temporarily
Argentina's
relocated
weird.
his family to Argentina, enrolled his children in school there, and bought property partially due to Thiel's concerns about the United States' future per NYT.
I heard it's a front. I saw that whole thing, but apparently it's a front because he's getting in legal trouble, too.
Oh.
Yeah, Florida just sued. Was it OpenAI? Florida just sued. There's
I don't know.
there's like an open lawsuit. We're like the first state to sue AI.
Oh,
Something
wow.
like that. It's like breaking yesterday. I saw.
You can kind of sense a little bit of the AI revolution starting to kind of take place.
I agree with you.
Like at least with like people are like it's going to start taking away our jobs. It's like
It's taking away our cognitive abilities.
I mean the fact that the Pope is talking about it
The
now.
The Pope folk. Listen here, Arvist.
Arvist Heppel.
Apologize.
Well, I mean, back on the
Move on.
back on the like AI thing though. Like so, like you brought up, Nvidia might potentially pay people to put data centers on their house, right?
Yeah.
Like, is that just you'd never do that, or like what amount of money would they have to pay?
I mean, no electric bill and $22,000 a year is already kind of like.
Well, I would do it. Yeah. What are the
But
what are
that
the
seems like a
downsides?
trap.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
Seems like
there's.
you're giving up a freedom of sorts.
Why?
I don't know. That's like
that's
that-
the unknown. It's just like, what's the difference between me having an Alexa, my Wi-Fi, and me paying a big power company?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I guess there could be some health ramifications. I mean, you think about Wi-Fi. People speculate that Wi-Fi is tapping into our brains and stuff.
well, there's a lot like so. There's a lot of things that we give up that we don't realize that we give up. You know, just smartphone apps, whatever. But like just even like the glasses, like Meta glasses or whatnot.
AirPods.
Like those are cheap. Those are what, $300 for like pretty significant technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just giving them access to everything that you see, right?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
and so you're just giving them free data, and so that's why it's so cheap.
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff, but like, I mean, if somebody comes up to me and says you don't have to pay your electric bill, and we'll pay you whatever, you don't have to pay for your house, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. That's the
Just
thing.
sign this document, and we're just going to put something on your right hand.
Okay.
right in your forehead.
I get
Yeah.
it.
I don't know. It just sounds spooky to me.
I get it.
Like,
No, yeah, that makes total sense. But also, I am very ignorant, and I don't even know what data centers do. So, like,
I know.
at the end of the day, like, I don't
You
even know
probably
what
do,
they
right?
logistically. I don't really know.
I mean,
what they do.
it's just like a big server, right?
That's what I mean. That's where my mind goes. But I mean, people
I mean,
are also
it
saying
makes-
their fusion centers and stuff under disguise land. So like,
It just makes me think of like, I don't know, like you kind of had similar things happen, where like they would have like video games that you could like download, and those video games would like mine crypto on your computer without your knowledge in the background.
Oh my goodness.
So like it kind of just reminds me of something like that. I don't exactly, except for they're telling you what they're doing. They're using it as a data center for AI.
and we're trusting that they're telling the truth as well.
right.
I mean, I think that is what they would be doing with it.
Yeah.
It does sound like a smart solution to, instead of like,
Grabbing land,
Grabbing
deforestation, whatever.
it's like we can spread it out.
This land's all
and
it's
use
like
a power grid that's already in existence.
yeah,
I don't know. It seems spooky.
totally. But like everything, like I mean this could be literally the future. where everyone has one.
Yeah, it's gonna go the way of TikTok. Like I remember everyone started getting TikTok, and everyone also talking about like everything you had to like agree to, and I was like, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. And the next thing I know, because I'm on the same Wi-Fi network as every one of you, I'm like, well, I might as well get it because TikTok already has access to everything that I've used on this network.
What do you think about like people talking about like what the 5G towers and stuff is doing to just frequency stuff? Like I wonder if there's something spooky with a data center attached to your house.
Yeah. They're like, we're gonna give you this amount of money. What we're not gonna tell you is that data little brick outside your house is gonna run constantly at 300 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
because
it probably
electric
will.
companies, electric companies
Like
do that with solar panels already.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's very strange. I mean, I'd probably be a sucker for it, paying $450 a month in electricity during the summers.
Yeah, dude.
That's
crazy.
That's tempting for sure.
A ton of people would do it. It supplements like a huge portion of your income.
Yeah, but it's like falling into that comfortability, giving up some freedoms.
Same thing with your phone, though.
Dude, they're already
I mean,
doing.
think about everything that you've signed away over with your phone.
You can't just keep doing it, 'cause then you're eventually just going to be a slave to the system.
But we are.
Where's the line?
You can go back.
You can't even be off grid. They find you. They know where you are because of Wi-Fi
This is how
mapping.
democracy.
But where do you draw the line then?
Yeah.
I'm not putting
You
a
have a
data center
phone.
in my house.
Mr.
You have a
Apple
phone.
Watch. Mr. Apple Watch Wi-Fi.
Why are you guys attacking? I'm just saying.
Why? This is a conversation. You're saying, but but I'm asking, like, you're saying, where's the line? Because you've already given up so many freedoms.
Well, if you use AI, you're using a data center of some sort.
Yes.
Of course.
So it's like either it's in your house or somewhere else. So it's like you got to be willing to not use AI to fight the good fight.
Maybe we can ask them to shape it like a little tiny rectangle, like skinny.
If it's
long,
aesthetic, it's okay.
and then we put wood over it, and it's a deck. You got a deck.
and it doesn't
Dude, a
exist.
hot tub heater.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at that.
Okay, if it can heat a hot tub, I'll take it.
Sauna hot tub combo.
That's the thing. It doesn't serve exactly what you want, but if it does something specific,
Oh, dude, start getting the patents right now.
No, I mean, of course, free electricity, free Wi-Fi sounds amazing.
yeah, can it smoke my food as well?
Yeah, but what are
Can I
the?
put some pellets inside of it?
That's like the thing with solar. It's like this actually makes sense, like to put some solar panels up to like power my AC. But the dudes knocking on my doors trying to convince me that they're there to help me, I've said no every time and always will. So I think this comes down to how good are the salespeople, and maybe don't solicit to make it happen.
What if this is all a ploy though for land grabbing? Because then like your house is now a part of an AI company.
Yeah, true that. That's spooky.
So then like, do you lose rights to your house? Do you lose?
But I mean, like, I had somebody, for an example, I had somebody come into my house like a couple weeks ago, and they did like this little science experiment because they were selling this like really fancy water filtration system.
Yeah.
It's their property. It'd be dug and it'd be in connection to my water pipes, the city's water pipes and everything. And it's like, but it would be their property until I paid it off.
Yeah.
And technically, and it's a lifetime thing where it follows me every house I go to. They relocate it. And so it's like, that's everything. I mean, we don't own our cars.
Yeah.
We don't own anything.
Yeah.
We don't own our house. Like it's at the end of the day, it could be all taken from us.
We
just live in America.
Be happy.
I know. That's what I think
They've
about
already
that all the
done it.
time.
And that's why you probably moved to Argentina. Because it's like, that's his land there.
What's the cheapest island we could all go in on?
Guys, I was on this last time we got together. I was looking at those Bahamian islands. It is a liability with hurricanes, so we would really need to fortify these homes.
I think Mosquito Lagoon's more in our tax bracket.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But it's still
you
America.
you can just leave for her, like just go
Yeah,
and
it's
then
true.
come back.
It's true.
You know, you
but
don't
I
have
don't
to.
I want my house to be there when I get back.
True.
Is the only thing. So it would just need to be fortified.
You have to be underground.
Yeah, it would need to be like an aqua house, honestly, like a home that can go underwater.
Mm-hmm. I know somebody in Kansas that has a house basically that's underground, and it's like, this is the safest place you could ever be.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like, they got a bunker. It's literally a bunker.
Anyways, people are now saying that since the Pope said that, now in like work positions, if you are forced to use AI,
Yes, I've heard this.
you can be like religious thing now. Like
Religious
Oh, wow.
exemption.
religious
you
exemption
can-
now.
Interesting.
They say you have a real legal precedent to use religious exemption from participating in AI.
This is the beginning of the religion versus AI war. This is crazy.
It feels a little biblical.
It does, and I'm kind of excited about it.
It's weird.
I'll agree there.
There's a part of me that like it's a bad. I need to get over it, and it's like I almost want this stuff just to start heating up and get bad.
I don't
But
know.
then it's like, but then you don't want like because it's obviously better if it doesn't, right?
Yeah.
But it's like it is exciting that like these things are happening.
Let's roll.
Well, I was gonna say with the like not using AI, like I don't know, like when you just read, I haven't read the whole thing or listened to the whole thing, but like he says like disarm it. So like he's not saying that it's necessarily bad. I think he's just worried about like politically and like laws.
Even within war and
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too. So like I mean, it seems like he's just asking for better regulation. of
Yeah.
it. So I don't know. Like
which right now there's zero regulation.
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
AI. That's what's the scary part.
Like even in war, we have lines that we don't cross, right? Like chemical warfare and all that stuff. Like they're like Geneva Convention. Like this
Yeah.
is not allowed. Is AI the next level of
Oh,
that?
it's gotta
where
be.
you can't.
Well, yeah, they have that now. It's like that's why they chose OpenAI because OpenAI agreed to the Pentagon's terms of like you can take lethal force. AI can take lethal force if they use it in weaponry or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
how
Where's the line there?
But didn't they had like restrictions lifted for a period of time so they could advance the AI race? Do you remember how long that was?
Oh, it was a couple. It was like 2032 or something.
It was
like
yeah.
Yeah.
So I watched Sam Altman talking. He was like, the thing that keeps me up at night is the billions of people I know that are about to be without a job. So he's like, what I'm developing is literally now plural billions. How many people are on the world now? They're saying 8 billion, right?
At least 80.
80. Okay,
Yeah, no.
bad math. But like,
Yeah.
how terrifying! Like
Yeah.
that's a significant portion of the world about to be jobless. And so you're telling me the dude is like with intention removing. He was like, he literally said it keeps me up because I don't know what these people will do. He says, or where they will find their value.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. You should have no restrictions on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Again, though, I refer folks, if you want an optimistic outlook on the future of AI, I refer folks to the Joe Rogan episode with Elon Musk.
Elon Musk he's going to say what he needs to say though because he's
I know.
They all will.
an owner of an AI tech company.
Yeah.
In reality, I mean, we would just have to all be like subsidized, and we'd have to take a paycheck from the government just to exist, and then we'd have to find joy and hope in doing-
Extracurriculars.
Yeah, doing that. And then maybe everybody will garden, and maybe everybody will get outside and touch some grass and like
Revolt.
pick up a hobby, and then start to understand how to dismantle the fabric of our nation.
See, that sounds all. I'll actually. My math teacher in college was Chinese, and he was an artist, but he was scoring so well in school they moved him to the city because it was part of some program where they were like, let's develop these young minds. Well, apparently they got worried that they had taken too many smart people and piled them together. They got worried of overthrow, and so they pushed him out to the country. Literally, like, thanks for learning all this math. Get out to the country. And so they moved all of these different smart people out kind of beyond, at the time, the government's reach. And then they got worried, now we've sent all these people beyond our sight, and they're going to revolt from out there. So they basically forced immigrated him to the United States,
Oh my goodness.
where he taught math at a community college. But I would worry that if the solution was to get out and get away, I think someone whose desire is complete control is going to realize that people are away. And
Oh, I
so
know.
they're going to wrangle back in,
Well,
same way China did way back in the day.
Think about if our parents' generation heard the things that are coming out right now in our everyday news, considering, lists, geopolitical problems, all of these horrific nightmares that are happening. And they heard things, they had their own things in their generation, but it does feel like this summation of evil is happening. And they didn't have the distraction of social media and garbage being pushed in our face. What would they have done with that information?
True, but they also like just if you're going back to that time, the access to information being pushed out in front of you wasn't there, so it was just happening, but it just wasn't being made clear.
I wonder too,
Saying it
how
out loud.
different is it actually for us now? Like, we have social media, so we have this illusion of like individual opinion, but I think it's algorithmically funneled into CNN versus Fox. Now we have this influencer versus that influencer's pool of thought. I think it's really similar.
Okay, I gotcha.
We're hearing too many people's thoughts.
I guess what I'm just saying
I
is
agree with that right there.
everybody needs to get off their phones.
After you like and subscribe. YouTube channel.
Yeah, forget your phone on the airplane after you subscribe to Patreon.
Yeah,
Pull up our playlist, hit play, leave your phone somewhere.
that's right.
Yep.
Crazy stuff.
Hit that bell.
We didn't even talk about the Blue Origin.
No.
Talk
We were-
about it.
We were at the beach when it blew up.
Did you see it?
No, we were asleep.
We were sleeping.
Oh man, you missed out.
I know. We
That's
missed out on
crazy.
quite a bit.
Yeah, dude.
The shooting, the explosion of the rocket. Don't.
They were this far off.
Fooey.
I thought you were just gonna correct me on how I said that.
Did you see that rocket fuel didn't melt the steel?
No.
That's the thing.
That's a lot of rocket fuel too.
Yep.
But that's the difference between melting and bending.
What do
You can
mean?
bend steel pretty quickly.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
so
but
where it crumbles, but melting that's the tough thing when you see that one pillar on 9/11 that's
Yeah, I
now
was gonna say,
sliced.
making a 9/11 reference.
But they all the news and stuff are like, if you see debris in the ocean, don't pick it up. It's toxic. And it's like, I don't think it is. Well, you would probably know better. Would that stuff be like toxic, or is it just like don't touch it because it's like classified stuff?
I have no idea if that.
I feel like it would be like classified stuff.
I love
like,
that you've referred to Chin on a lot of the things throughout the pod, but I don't think we've given any aspect of like.
Well, he's a gamer.
Like-
He's like
Yeah,
he's
he's
into
a
the technology
yeah,
realm,
absolutely, he's a streamer. Yeah,
and he pulls Pokemon
Yeah,
cards. He
yeah.
knows a lot.
yeah, that's true.
What else do you do, Chin?
So I'm an electrical engineer, and then I play video games, play poker.
Yeah, shout out your stuff.
Play a lot of Fortnite.
What's your username? What's your where people can follow you?
Saloodz.
Yeah, Saloodz. We'll
Follow
put it
me anywhere.
up. Yeah,
Mini and
taking
tiny.
off, dude.
TikTok, YouTube,
Mini and
Twitch.
tiny lewds.
Yeah, I got both my daughters. I play with them. That's the funniest thing is like the conspiracies like behind the people think that like the videos I make are fake. Like the kids aren't playing.
really?
Yeah.
That's so funny. Wow.
You got to lean into that, man.
Yeah.
You got to
yeah.
do some Easter eggs or like make it look like it's all rigged or something.
Well, just for like editing's sake, like sometimes it's easier to like tell a story. Like you'll pull like a different clip from somewhere else, or like their camera will be from a different part, but like the footage is them playing from another part in the video.
So it doesn't line.
And so it doesn't line up, and like I love putting that in there
That's
because
so
like
funny.
people they lose their mind.
It's all fake.
And then my favorite is I had a GoPro, and you guys it's fisheye lens, right?
Yeah.
And so Amelia, my oldest daughter, like she has her hands, she's playing on a controller next to the camera, and so her hands like really big, like
Yeah.
and then, like everybody's like, look at the hands, like that's what all the comments. Yeah, it's,
Now she just has this complete insecurity about the size of her hands.
yeah.
So
Well,
funny.
thankfully she's not on YouTube and TikTok.
Yeah.
And as an 8-year-old now, I think she was like 6 at the time.
Got you.
But yeah, so
Yeah,
That's fun.
if you're into that stuff, follow him.
Follow him. And no, you shouldn't follow is a scientist that goes missing.
Dude, this is crazy.
We talked about it on the members live the other day, but we talked about it a couple weeks ago. One of these scientist ladies that's gone missing. It was like a year ago. Really weird circumstance. She like goes into work with her husband. It was like, was she in like propulsion laboratory or something? She's like, oh, I forgot something at home. I gotta go get it. Goes home, stops at her daughter's shop or something like that, and like, I'm gonna go home and get some lunch. She goes home. They get home, and she had like 2 phones, a work phone and a personal phone. Both are on the table. Both are completely erased.
Oh no.
She left like everything, her wallet, all that stuff. She's caught on camera at certain places with a backpack just walking. She's just getting out of
Why
town.
are they doing this?
And then a blue truck pulls up. She gets in the blue truck, gone. It's been a year. Well, they just found her body
Oh no.
with a gun right by her.
Oh no.
And I'm like, that seems too obvious.
Yeah.
Like as soon as the news starts talking about these scientists going missing, they're like, oh, well, guess what? We found her.
Yeah, like was this but do they mention was she like decomposed, or was
Yes,
this like was
it's-
she just recently?
Skeletal remains is what I saw in the headline.
That's weird.
It's weird.
Very, very.
Because now you have to trust autopsy, DNA matched,
Dental records.
outfit matched.
Yeah.
It's not like, not that they post what a body looks like, but you know,
It's just weird.
yeah.
So we might.
As soon as this stuff starts heating up,
Yeah.
Anyways, guys.
Give me your phone.
So that was great.
yeah, that was fun.
You
I
should
know.
immediately shut down
Ending on
when
a
you pick
highlight.
that up.
That was great. We can wrap it up right now.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Make sure
We do have an episode right after this, guys. Patreon.com/ninjas are butterflies.
Download the app today. Guess what? You get your early release. Sometimes we drop episodes on Mondays, Tuesdays. It's great. It's wonderful. You're part of a great community. We have a private Discord. We have discount codes on merch, and you get a bonus episode every single week. And if you join now, you can go back and listen to all the other ones
Yeah.
you've never even seen before.
That's right.
That's like at least, what was the figure we came up with, the number?
It's over 100.
It's like,
Over 100 episodes you've never even listened to if you're not on Patreon.
yeah.
I mean, come on.
That's a lot.
If you love this podcast, you're going to love Patreon.
That's right. That's right.
Also, shout out to Miss Ashley Davis.
Is that your
Dude.
blanket?
I got my blanket back. She had this stuff for only a month, dude.
There's no way she knit or whatever all those panels in that time.
That's
Like
a
she had to.
I think she did. She's that dude. I'm telling you, I'm bringing it in.
Yeah.
Maybe for the 200th episode, I would like to be able to just to do a quick, like maybe 30-second video or something, just to highlight
I want to see.
how great our fans are. But I'm gonna have that, and I'm telling you, I was standing on my bench in my house, and I couldn't even touch the ceiling without
Really?
it coming off the ground. It is like a California king size. My whole family slept with it last night.
Aw.
It covered all of us. It was the detail is I'm blown away.
Andy's
Ashley
5.
Davis, you are insanely talented. Thank you so much. I'm gonna keep it forever.
Andy's
That's
5'6" for the viewers who are trying
I'm
to picture.
6'3". What are you talking about?
5'4" on a good day.
Okay, Heels.
Chen, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course, man.
we'll have to
And,
do it again.
Love the. We should have just all of our brothers on.
That'd be
That'd
dope.
be cool.
Yeah.
Which
That'd
one
be
would you
awesome.
pick?
Only have one, so
You two.
it's true. I haven't met the other one, so I'd have to make sure he's okay with it.
We'll talk about it on Patreon.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Love you.
Love you.
See you on Patreon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mwah.
What you're about to see may disturb you.
If any of you know what these multi-decade UAP dolphins are, aliens, bottlenose fish sticks,
There's a massive police response.
the dolphin thing. Oh my God! Aliens, dolphin style attack!
Would be so wrong. So let's hit the chorus and let's hit the gong. You know we got two Filipinos, so lucky like I'm at the casinos. They're bros but they're my amigos. You know we got two Filipinos. You know